she'll die, and the abortion lobby will be very happy to use one woman's tragedy, one family's tragedy to justify the extremism of abortion. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
My question is just, what do we do about all the misinformation around ectopic pregnancies, and a bunch of even ER docs saying, oh, I can't treat this woman, et cetera. It's against these provisions, and what do you do about the misinformation, both for the sake of the pro-life movement, but also for individuals that are being turned away from emergency rooms and actually could be getting
yeah, those doctors should be prosecuted.
Yeah.
I mean, I am very concerned. Very concerned. There have been folks in the media scouring for state reports for a woman to die from an ectopic pregnancy. And they will do what they attempted to do in Ireland, and what they actually did do in Ireland, where the push for legalized abortion in Ireland, they used a horrific story of a mother who was pregnant. And I've read the stuff. It was oh my gosh, what the hospital did not do and what they should have done. It was terrible. But they used this case of one woman in Galway to make it a rallying cry for why they needed a legal abortion in the country. And that's exactly what they're doing. I was on NPR not long ago, and in the middle of my interview, they stopped my interview to play a clip from a doctor in Kentucky who was like, I'm an emergency room doctor and I don't know what I'll do. I'm like, yeah, he should be prosecuted. If a patient presents with symptoms for ectopic pregnancy and you'd fail to act, your duty is to save life. That's like why you're supposed to take a Hippocratic oath. That's what you're supposed to do. But I am very fearful that there's, especially for women who are on Medicaid or who don't have good health insurance, even though apparently supposed to Obamacare was supposed to help all of that, and it didn't. But I'm very concerned there'll be like a pro-abortion liberal doctor in a red state who will use the case of a woman who goes to the emergency room, who doesn't have a regular OB/GYN, who hasn't been followed throughout her pregnancy, and will be like, I gotta wait, I gotta run this up legal, we'll see what the hospital says. It's Friday night, 11 o'clock, I don't know if the lawyer will get back to me. She'll die, and the abortion lobby will be very happy to use one woman's tragedy, one family's tragedy to justify the extremism of abortion. That's exactly what they're trying to do. But we've said all along, and we continue to say, there is no pro-life law that is introduced, that is written, that has the intention or even says that if a woman presents with a life-threatening situation, that she should not be able to get the care that she deserves. Because pro-lifers, we're actually about preserving life. And if you're not able to preserve the life of both patients, you as a physician have to at least preserve life of one, right? And that's a conversation, and sometimes mothers will choose to sacrifice their life for their child's life. And we've seen that, the stories of mothers who present with cancer and say, I don't want to go through the treatment, I want to deliver my child, and then I'll start treatment, and the mother tragically dies shortly after the birth of her child, but she made that choice. But the doctor gave her that choice. And nobody in the pro-life movement says that a woman who's going to die should have to die, because that doesn't make sense. That doesn't even make logical sense, right? There is no way, if a child is in an ectopic pregnancy, that child can survive. We don't actually have the medical technology. I know there's doctors who've tried. They've tried to remove the child from the fallopian tube and tried to implant. We don't have the medical technology yet. So there's no way that child is going to survive. So why would anyone say she must also die too? Does that help?
Yeah, thanks so much.